Tammy Renee, and I have had a message I've wanted to share for quite a while, but it's been difficult to find the right words, the right time, and even to be in the right mood for it. But with September being Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, I feel like now's the time. So I want to share a little bit about my own experience. Suicide, or thoughts of suicide, comes when we are thrown into a dark pit where we cannot see the light ahead of us, the light around us, or especially the light within us. My own experience with this type of trauma, this type of ideation, came as the result of sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is so much more than just a physical attack. It attacks our spirit, our body, it attacks our very soul. And our soul is our spirit and our body together. And together, when our spirit and body can be together, that is when we can find happiness, peace, joy, regardless of what's going on around us. And sexual abuse for me broke that bond. And in that pit, faith, it didn't matter. I've had people say, well, if you have enough faith, if you try harder, if you don't put yourself in bad positions or whatever, take the right medications. And there are a lot of tools for healing and for being able to be lifted out of this pit. But when you are in the depths of the pit, those tools are unattainable. It's almost like they're on the ledge of the pit above you and you can't, they're out of reach. But the one thing that I found, and the reason that I'm still here today, is because when I was in the darkest of my pits, and I've been in several of them, when I was in the darkest, where thoughts of not wanting to go on anymore, and I didn't know how I could go on anymore, when I was in that spot, I thought of being a child and learning about Jesus Christ. And when my thoughts just rested on Jesus Christ, on his love, a picture came to me of him with his arms reaching out to hold me. And in that moment, there was just a spot of light. It wasn't huge. There wasn't huge beams of light coming in and saving me. But there was a spot of light in the distance that I was invited to hold on to. And there was my choice. I could let the despair close my eyes and refuse to lift up my hand to reach for the light, or I could muster whatever energy I had and reach for the light that was being offered. It wasn't anything anybody else could do for me. It wasn't anything that, a magic right answer was gonna solve. My problems were still huge, but in reaching for that light, my eyes began slowly to be opened to maybe there's a little bit more light for me further down my path. And in that moment, I was able to choose to live. Reclaiming a soul that has been broken is not an easy journey, but it is a possible one. And I'm here to tell you that the only way is through reaching up to the light of our Savior, Jesus Christ. He will help us, he will walk with us, and he will comfort us in the process. There's not a big eraser to erase all the trauma. Maybe when we get to the other side or something, I don't know, but there's not a big eraser for it. There's strength to be had, understanding to be had, and compassion to be built by facing our trials and walking through them with our Savior. For those people that have friends that are struggling, that want to help, the best thing you can do, the best thing you can do is be a compassionate listener. And if it's hard subjects that your friends need to talk about, don't close your ears, your eyes, or your mind or your heart to them. Stay open. Stay open and listen. You're not going to be able to fix them, and you're not going to have all the right answers. But a listening ear helps remind us that we are not alone. None of us are alone in this journey. I do know that healing is possible, and even though my life is not picture perfect, I have a beautiful life. And I know the same is out there for every one of us, that each of us can embrace the light that is scattered all through the darkest parts of our trials, through the darkest parts of our journey. There is light everywhere, but to gather that light up, own it, and allow it to give you the strength and peace to go on. And then what you find is there are parts in your path that, as impossible as it may seem, are beautiful. Like Hope Valley here. This is one of my favorite serene, peaceful, healing places, is here in Hope Valley. And I love that it's called Hope Valley. I did not name it that. But we all can find our Hope Valleys. They're there. And if you're in a pit, know that there is a Hope Valley ahead of you on your path. I wish you all the best. I wish you light. And I wish for you to know that you are not alone, and embrace that truth. Thanks for listening.